with my broader data stack or to be able to have a more holistic data ops practice. And so for me, when I want to be able to make a change and then deploy that change to Snowflake, to be able to orchestrate that with the rest of my data stack, or even just to be able to run that specific job or pipeline, can at times be more challenging if I don't necessarily have a broader orchestration solution in place. And so, for example, if I were to want to add in something new into this project, I can go down to this Materialize View package that I've installed from the Coalesce Marketplace. If I were to add in this node and configure the node in a way that allows me to set it up in a way that allows me to get the information out that I need, I could create this node. We'll let that run in the background. And if we're down in our Git integration within Coalesce, I want you to be able to see that some changes have been made, which include that materialized view that I just included here. And so if I wanted to commit change, we'll just call it add materialized view. I could commit and push that change. And I'm actually on my main branch right now, so probably not best practice, but for the sake of this demo, I think we'll be able to display what we're trying to do here. I can then deploy that change to a higher Snowflake environment. And because I'm using Orchestra to be able to orchestrate my jobs here, I'm going to deploy to the specific environment that I've set up. Like I mentioned, I'm on my main branch. And we'll see that add materialized view commit that I just created is here, and I'm not deployed in this environment yet. I'll just come over here and deploy to this specific environment that allows for Orchestra to have those changes pushed to it that allows me to then orchestrate my job in my broader data stack. So I pass through a parameter, it's reading that, and it's generating what's called a review plane right now. And now I can deploy all of the changes that have been made. In this case, we'll see specifically includes that materialized view node. Yeah. So go ahead and deploy that, and I'll jump over into Orchestra now. And I've got this pipeline set up that has been running that same pipeline that we've looked at in Coalesce, this broader orange pipeline over here, has been running this specific job. And currently right now I have this on a manual trigger, and we can actually view the entire operation of this pipeline as we've been running it. And so we can actually zoom in and see all the source validations, the specific stage nodes that have been running, the truncation steps that are included in some of those stage nodes. Nice. And then you like together a lot of that data that's included in that pipeline, including some of the testing involved as well. So I believe some of these nodes, I didn't take a look at which ones we're going to have tests associated with them beforehand. This one's got a test associated with it that we passed. So we have the messages associated with any of the external details and then the tests associated with that as well. I could follow that link and go back to Coalesce to be able to view what that test looks like, which is really, really beneficial for me to be able to view my entire orchestration on my pipe within Orchestra that allows me to be able to see that and jump back and forth between having additional detail, but also having that pipeline and this DAG in a view that allows me to be able to see all the details that were run within my pipeline in Orchestra, which is incredibly beneficial. And then once that runs, we could kick another one off here because I've just run a new deployment. We'll deploy those changes back to Orchestra. I can come over into my products here, or actually my analytics here, and I can actually view the analytics around when my pipelines have been running. So I'll actually pick my last 30 days or so here and be able to see the specific metrics around my pipeline running, including my data quality score, which includes the tests that I've generated, the duration of that pipeline being run, the total number of assets that are generated, and then just the high-level view of what's actually happening within the pipeline running within Orchestra, which is incredibly helpful for me to be able to come in here and see, what does the freshness of my data look like? How often are my pipelines actually failing? When do they succeed? Are there certain times of day that they succeeded? And then what does that data quality score look like over time? And so really, really beneficial for me to be able to come in here and be able to not only build a pipeline really simply within Coalesce, but then deploy that and configure that in a larger orchestration for a data ops practice with my organization using Orchestra. That provides me all of that really granular metadata detail around each runs that I'm seeing in that pipeline a second ago. And seeing that really granular detail allows me to see, okay, what specific steps failed, if something failed, if nothing did fail, what's the output message from each of the steps that are running, and I can track through the entire pipeline, understand exactly what's. If you press the cog after you've selected that, and then hit show any nodes and select path, you can also get a bit smaller, which is quite nice. Absolutely. Yeah, it really allows you to like isolate specifically what you're looking at, which allows you to, again, yeah, like troubleshoot, understand exactly what's happening within that specific patch.